Hanslow. I'm the senior producer of Mortal Kombat.
And my name's Erin Piepergerdes, and I'm the associate producer for Mortal Kombat.
Well, reboot's a great word. It was kind of like let's go back and take a look at the game over the years and what we've done and what worked really well, what do fans want, and to be honest, it just seemed to make sense to kind of go back to our roots. So a lot of things, one of the things we did was like go back to a 2D fighting plane, and because it allowed us for a quicker gameplay experience and a little bit of additional new levels of gameplay. So there was that, and then there was also the fact of looking at the storyline of the game, how we want to do story. And there's a bit of a reboot of that, going back to the retelling of Mortal Kombat. And then on another level, the studio itself was recently acquired by Warner Brothers. So in a sense, we ourselves kind of got a reboot. A new company. They set us up in a new office. So it's kind of like the theme for us on the game as a studio. It just seemed to be the right thing.
So it's the year of the reboot for
It's the year of the reboot for us. Yeah. Currently, I mean, we don't have anything really to really announce or anything. I mean, we're always looking at all the platforms out there and all the ideas, but there's we don't have anything announced or planned at this point.
Okay, because with the 3D version of the PS3, also with the 3DS, maybe there's something to do.
I think our main focus right now has been just the PS3 and the 360 version of the game, just kind of really focusing on those. Just there are guys on the God of War team over at Sunny Santa Monica who are friends with guys on our team, and a lot of them are fans of Mortal Kombat. We've been fans of God of War for a long time, and it's one of those things that just kind of came up in conversation, just kind of bantering, and somebody finally says, "Why can't we?"
Yeah.
So
wouldn't it be great if? And it's like,
everyone's
why
like,
don't we?
So then we started getting the people above us start talking and working out the details of the whole thing, and it was just from there just took off and just went really fast. It was great. I mean, it was a really good experience. They supplied us with like artwork and assets to work with, and gave us feedback, and they were really involved in how Kratos looked and behaved. Well, I think like I said, our focus right now is just to focus on Kratos, as our exclusive character. That was the thing. And it takes a lot of time and work to create these things and putting them into gameplay. So that was where our attention was. I think it's it goes even beyond that. I think you see things similar to that, like in movies and in TV, and I think it's just one of the things that as an idea, as a concept, it seemed to resonate really well with the team. Ed was really excited by the idea, and we just kind of ran with it from there. So.
Each X-ray is going to be unique to that character, so there are certain circumstances to pull them off that are unique per character. So as you mentioned, Cyrax is a defensive X-ray, and his opponent actually has to be in the air, so it's kind of an anti-air attack. Other characters, their X-ray is a defensive move, so you've got to be actively being kicked or punched by your opponent in order to pull off the X-ray. So there's a little bit of timing and a little bit of finesse to do the X-rays, but at the same time, they're accessible enough that most casual players should be able to do them with a little practice.
Yeah, that was a very conscious design move. We wanted to, like I said, go back to kind of our roots, look back at what worked really well for us, what made sense. And for this particular game, we decided to focus mainly on a arena where you're strictly staying on the screen at all times. One of the things we did do is, in terms of going back, that was reintroduced as stage fatalities. We definitely brought a lot of stage fatalities back. Not every level has it, but there's a good number of levels in the game that will have them.
Like the pit, for example.
Yeah, but like an updated version of it. So.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the great things about Mortal Kombat is our long-standing tradition of including secrets in the game, so we're definitely not going to go into any details today, but suffice it to say there are some things in there for players to find and experience that I think everybody will be pretty pleased with.
Ooh,
That's actually easy for me. I'm gonna go with the haircut from Baraka because I've had some bad haircuts before and it happens, you know. So
Yeah, well, come on,
I'll
man.
take my
You
chances.
could lose an ear. And we're not just talking
Yeah.
like a bad hair, like it's uneven or something, you know. Or
I'll take my
or
chances.
The top of her skull or something.
Right.
I don't know. The hug though, yeah, there's a,
There's a
nah.
lot
Thinking
of arms.
broken ribs with the hug, you know.
Can we pick
Hair
somebody
grows
else?
back.
Oh jeez. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna copy him. I'm gonna go with the haircut. I'll take my chances with maybe a couple nicks. Yeah, the hug thing. Yeah, the guy's too big. I'm afraid he would just like, oh, I can't feel my legs all of a sudden, you know.
Okay, thank you.
Cool, thank you.